Alright guys, just gonna do this video really quickly for you guys. I've been getting a ton of questions through my Twitter feed and through my DMs asking me certain questions that maybe I just feel like it'd be much easier for to be addressed into a video. First of all, thank everybody for watching my videos. I know that I haven't really been putting out a lot of content lately, but to be honest, a lot of the content that I would have been covering with the AIO bot and other bots and proxies and stuff like that has been pretty much covered throughout the YouTube community, at least the sneaker community. So anyway, the number one question that I think that I should go over, and you guys can feel free to put down in the comment section if you guys want anything else to be explained. But so the question that I get pretty much every single day pertains to one of the videos where I mentioned that I had a server that I've had on a low key, that wasn't really given out to a lot of people just because the company pretty much didn't want me to disclose their information to a lot of people just so that we could keep it, less traffic. But that server is no longer in commission. They do not make any, so they don't sell anything anymore. So it's pointless for me to give you that information whenever they're never going to be able to provide you with a server ever again. So that's the number one thing. The number two thing that I always get people asking me is about proxies, specifically pertaining to who is the best proxy provider, where do I get my proxies, things like that. First of all, there's no such thing as the best proxy provider. There's people that have more success than others, but I'd say that at the end of the day, you need to find a proxy company who's reliable, somebody who will definitely provide you with proxies that will certainly log into the tasks, but also you have to sort of, it's trial by error. That's how I learned the companies that I use. I use a company called Pit Stop Proxies. They're very reliable. A lot of people don't really know about them, but I've been messing with them the first time I ever saw them pop up on my feed on Twitter. So another thing that I get asked a lot is whenever you go to actually use the bot, how do I know how many proxies that I need? The total number of proxies that you use is completely up to you. With the AIO bot, specifically speaking, you can purchase a version of the AIO bot that's pretty much unlimited tasks. So if you own that, the answer to the question is you can run unlimited amounts of proxies. Pretty much you want one task per proxy, and that just ensures that the server side of things sees one IP address, aka one person trying to get the shoe at one time. If you say you have 10 proxies but you have 100 tasks, that on the server side is going to try to identify that as a robot, saying how can 10 people be trying to buy 100 pairs of shoes at one time. It just doesn't seem possible, and it's it flags. It's really important that you know that you can only truly get away with one task per one proxy, and maybe you can do 2 tasks per proxy, but just to be on the safer side, to try to not get banned, that's what I would roll with. Another thing, just really quickly, I noticed that a couple YouTubers have made videos, and the Yeezy page was not necessarily updated, but as you can see, we have the semi-frozen yellow that come out this weekend on the 18th. This is what everybody's trying to go for, and this is probably the one that's going to let everybody down. It's going to break a lot of people's hearts. There's not a lot of stock, and I can't tell you exactly how much. I don't even know if Yeezy Mafia probably knows exactly how many, but chances are not a lot of people are going to get their hands on it. Even if you have custom bots, you probably will get a couple pairs, but I'm talking, a lot of people using AIO are going to be pretty upset, and a lot of people using everything is going to be pretty upset. But as you can see, this is the semi-frozen yellow. It does have the gum bottom, which we now know. This is the next weekend will be the Beluga V2, and then this is what I'm really looking forward to. These things I think are probably my favorite looking out of all the ones that have come out. Especially, I like the V2 better than the V1, and I don't really mind the pull tab. If they didn't have the pull tab, it would probably be a little bit better in my opinion, but I just feel like this has the nicest look, overall cleanest look, You throw this on with a pair of jeans or something like that. I mean, a pair of shorts. This is probably going to be the nicest looking ones. I know that I saw a couple on feet with the yellow, and they definitely look better on feet in my opinion, but they're sort of growing on me. But yeah, so this is the updated Yeezy page. When you go on this on November 18th, especially around the drop, you're going to see a different screen than this. You're actually just going to get automatically shoved into what is considered the splash page. And if you don't know what the splash page is, that's basically the page that has a little dot that revolves and pretty much like a loading sign, and it says that you're now in line for one of the most coveted shoes ever, blah blah blah, whatever they say. But essentially you're going to wait in that splash page until they randomly throw you into the position to buy the shoe. If you want to get these shoes, you're going to need to run some sort of bot, but you just try not to get your hopes up just because these shoes are going to be so limited. I mean, it's going to be worse than the first time that the Zebras released. It's going to be very, very, very limited. So that's just what I wanted to show you as far as those two things. Another thing is like, so I was just messing around real quick. A lot of people wanted to know as far as how do I set up my bot, and again, there's other people. Devin Standish does a lot of good tutorials on how to actually load the bot up and everything like that. Pretty much, just to clarify, you're going to need proxies that are normal proxies, okay? So when you go in here, you're going to see proxies. You're going to see you need, now I was just messing around with these proxies. I definitely have more than that, but for the sake of this tutorial, you're going to need normal proxies, you're going to need monitor proxies, okay? And then you're also going to need to create tasks on your HMAC, which will require, so you'll create the tasks on your just like you would any normal task. It's going to be a hashtag task, so it's not actually going to have a early link or anything like that. This will be updated, I'm sure, before the release to the actual PID. This is for the Zebras still, but then you're going to want to put separate proxies than the other two that you have already loaded. So you're going to need normal proxies, you need monitor proxies, which is essentially still going to be your 20% of your normal proxies needs to go into that section. And then you're also going to need, I would say, they recommend you use 30 to 40 weight HMAC tasks, so I would probably still do a task per one proxy per task on that as well. So you need, if you're going to use 100 proxies to try to get 10 pairs or whatever, how many ever pairs you're going to try, you need to add and make sure that you're taking account that you're going to need probably another 30 to 40 proxies just for your HMAC destroyer. So just keep that in mind, that they cannot be the same ones, and these are perhaps, and this is completely just on my opinion, I have no way to back this up, but this is perhaps the more important proxy setup than any other. You can have great proxies on your normal task, on your monitor tasks, but this is essentially what's going to get you the shoe. So if you do not have good proxies in here, and if you do not have separate proxies, you're going to say, you're going to essentially start the destroyer, and it's going to go to HTTP error, which doesn't always mean that it's banned, but it's going to not necessarily get through the splash page. And there's certain tutorials that will show you how to use the destroyer. And I'm actually thinking about streaming my attempt at getting the semi-frozen yellows, just to try to capture some of the footage that is actually real time, because a lot of this stuff is hard to explain without actually using it. So anyway, so that's essentially what you need. Using the HMAC, just look it up. I mean, AIO does a good job at making some sort of tutorial videos, but again, you need to have 3 different sets of proxies. Everything that I know about this bot was something that I did from trial and error. So you guys just have to go through the motions just like everybody else did in order to figure out how to use this thing to this fullest potential. They do have a second version. Guys, I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it's better. I don't know if it's the same thing, just a different format. To be honest, I think it might be better, but I have to see some people use it and some actual, hopefully we'll see this weekend if it has a lot of success. But there's really no set amount of proxies that you need. It's whatever you want for how many ever tasks you want to run. Make sure you do 1 task per 1 proxy, and make sure that you have the extra additional proxies for the HMAC destroyer. And that's pretty much all that I wanted to cover in this video. Again, semi-frozen yellows come out November 18th, which is this Saturday, 10 a.m. For for Adidas US. They will be releasing on Yeezy supply, but whatever time that they decide to drop them. So it'll be an unknown random time pretty much. But good luck to everybody, and if you guys have any other additional questions for me pertaining to using the bot this weekend, I'll try to get to you guys as soon as I can, but you know, this is the first video I put out in months, so you guys, I'm very, very busy, and you know, I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.